Well, good afternoon, folks. The real Captain Kirk here. We're live from One Bethlehem Plaza here in downtown Bethlehem. It's a 57-degree morning, going up to about 82. Blue sky, sunny day here. So only 9 days left of summer until we head to fall here. So speaking of fall, we'll be with Domo's Connection Tour. It's their AI data tour. They're going to be in New York City October 21st from about 12 to 6 p.m. It's a free conference on everything AI and data. And neat thing is we'll be there again and sharing some of what we're doing with our Domo Weather Trends 360 software solution in their platform here that tracks your point of sale data, correlates, models it, project those sales by week, by store, by warehouse, everywhere in the world out a year. Again, so to predict inventory, allocation, marketing, advertising, everything business, again, for the year ahead weather projection. So it's a cool app, lots of AI features in it, and we'll be there. So happy to see you. Again, it's a free event. Thought we'd talk about the kind of the Pacific Ocean water temperatures here and some of the cycles here. It's kind of an ENSO neutral negative phase. Again, some discussion of La Nina. It's really not going to, has to last for 3 months and definitely probably not seeing that happen. So it's going to be a neutral negative pattern here for the fall winter time frame. Lots of other cycles to worry about here as we try to predict the winter and fall ahead here. But solar max is weakening. A lot of guidance suggests here that the polar vortex is going to be pretty weak this winter, and that just allows the cold air to invade the northern hemisphere. So rather than keep it bottled up at the North Pole, it can kind of move all around. So again, suggesting, as we actually expect, maybe not as extreme as last year's winter, which is the coldest in 10 years, but this year similar for sure. So we'll see. The model guidance here again just suggests that really kind of a very brief dip, barely to the La Nina models here, right? But pretty much a ENSO negative neutral phase with extremely dry conditions here. Since July 6th, the U.S. is the driest in 30 years. So just a huge plunge in rainfall here since midsummer again. So this neat site here, Fall Explorer, tracks the leaf color here. So some starting to materialize, obviously, in the Rockies, Northern Plains. And then about a month from now, the whole country kind of explodes here. Really dry conditions can actually be favorable for some color, vibrant color. And so northeast, you've got a chance here. It's obviously a hot spot for beautiful fall foliage typically. But sometimes with drought years like this, you can actually go in stages. So the birches, the maples, the oaks can all go in different phases. So you don't get a huge pop of color all at once. Leaves are very stressed, so they can also come down very, very quickly. So we think the season probably going to be early this year in the Northeast. And again, the leaves could come down at warp speed. So when it's pretty, catch it while it lasts. Peak season for the hurricane season, pretty much just passed that here a couple of days ago. We got 78 days left. So the core of the season is still well ahead of us here. Hurricane Center is tracking one system out in the Atlantic here. This looks like it's going to make a right turn more toward Bermuda. We'll see here. But again, time of year, we're going to still watch it. The water temperatures are warm. MGO cycles becoming more favorable. So a lot of things suggest that we still could have a big surge here in mid-September, October. So again, can't get lulled to sleep here with hurricane season. Stop ending this here pretty soon here. But the severe weather, tornadoes down about 10%, still well above average. Hail down 1% versus last year. And wind cases are still just barely 3% above a year ago. Look at the severe weather again. Not much. Some in the southern Rockies, moving out into the Central Plains. Again, not a ton of activity. Pretty soon here, we won't be tracking these hot 90-degree days anymore. We'll start to talk about cold and snow. But right now, year to date, down 8% nationally for hot 90-degree days, ninth most in 40 years. So not record-shattering on any level, but despite maybe some a little bit overbit hype. 32-degree temps. We're starting to pick up some, obviously, here in the fall season here. But again, it's early, so most in 3 years on a few cases here in the U.S. Look at last week here, Sunday ending here today here. U.S. was cooler, 0.5 cooler than last year, coolest in 5 years, 18th coolest in 40 years. So that's below average on a national scale, especially east in California. Hot 90-degree days also down about 3%, least in 7 years, about average on that front. And rainfall way down 42% drier than a year ago, least in 20 years, second driest in 40 years. So very, very dry. Up there in Canada, while a tad cooler, was still fifth warmest. Across Europe, again, warm. So again, this time of year, we like to see cold and wet. That really drives fall seasonal merchandise sales. And so we have some of the equation in the U.S. with the cold, but not entirely with the lack of rainfall. This week here, ending the 20th of September here, again, see kind of a warming trend here as it sweeps across the country here. But still cooler than last year, 0.4 cooler than last year, fourth warmest in 40 years, so way above average. Hot 90-degree days are down about 8%, still seventh most. And rainfall, again, way down 12% versus last year. Driest in 18 years, second driest in 40 years. So just a very dry pattern here. Maybe some hope here as we get toward next week. Fall arrives here on Monday, 22nd of September here, 2:19 Eastern Daylight Time. Next week, again, last full week of September here, 1.8 cooler than last year, coolest in 3 years, still 10th warmest in 40 years. Again, kind of wall-to-wall warmer condition, above normal conditions here. You can see the map up there. The map inset left is the trends versus last year. So Pacific Northwest might be the cool spot for cooler fall merchandise sales. Hot 90-degree days down about 47%, at least in 4 years, and rainfall way down. Remember, this time last year was the week that we had Hurricane Helene hit the Panhandle of Florida, and then went into, obviously, and flooded North Carolina. So we're up against that huge near-record rainfall nationally index last year. So we're down about 52% rainfall versus last year. Driest in 3, 17th driest in 40 years. Some rain there in the mid-Atlantic, parts of the Northeast. We'll take it. Again, it's been pretty bone dry. Aggregating these world 2-week trends here, again, general theme across North America is above average temperatures, very, very hot there in Spain, and cooler toward Eastern Europe. Big map here, again, is rainfall trends and snowfall trends here for the 2-week period, and so map inset left are the trends versus average. So some hope for the mid-Atlantic to get some rain, and again, in the central U.S., even Pacific Northwest would be kind of the weather spot. So that, folks, I hope you have a great week ahead here, and we'll be talking to you this time next week.